into the park. To the right there are 3 pavilions. One to the left up there, playground. One right at the very end, bath rooms. Another pavilion and a playground. And then as we go out the gate, there's a pavilion to the left of the entrance. There's a trail that goes around C and D section in E. Camping fees here. This is the Corps of Engineers. This is $28 a night, $32 a night, 14-day limit. Corps of Engineers, if you've got the America the Beautiful Pass, you can actually get in for half price. We camp here quite a bit. We just happened to be in the area and decided to come out here and do our walk today. Kind of capture some information here to pass on. They do have trails that you can walk. This park got quite a few day use areas, pavilion wise. We've had that one before in the past. Good parking for that one. There's also parking right up there. The bathrooms are just down the hill over in that section over there we'll be walking by, right at the end of this little road. This section here, this A section, thing to note about this section, if we get some heavy rain, especially for 2 or 3 days, this will flood. Your camper will be in the water either direction. It does not flow real well to get out of here. Snow rain coming.
I want you to actually leave now. I'll do whatever you say. And once you have the next light,
Snow rain's predicted. It's a nice shady area to be. Restrooms right there. But we've seen campers where it's been up on the wheels, probably about 6 to 8 inches down through here when we've had some heavy rains. Over on the right hand side, those are first come first serve. They're for people who's coming in that may have relatives or that's in the hospital for a long stay, and they can come here and park. This is restricted to that area right there. Those campsites are restricted for medical. This is a circle around from A, goes the other direction. We're going to go straight through and go up to F. But this area again, this is part of the floodplain. Water tends to flow from our right to left on the screen, rather than from left to right, which the river is just with a boat dock and everything, club, rock yacht club and marina. It's all right there next to the river. It's right over there, but they don't flow the water that direction for whatever reason. But we've camped in these sites right here, and this one's been dry, but I have seen this underwater here. Of course, this starts F section right down here. And for the most parts, the sites in this area are fairly level. You don't have to do a lot of adjusting. When we first started down the hill, and I first pointed out that there was a floodplain there, some of those do angle back toward the back of the site. But these up here in F, they're pretty level. We've camped up here before, multiple times. In fact, I think our very first time we camped in our Scamp after we got it was one of these two, either F3 or F4. But the F section is not real large. It's up high. Doesn't tend to flood as much. Got some big rigs up here. It's nice and shady in the summertime. The other thing about the F section is over here on the back side behind those campers there. That is a place where they do boat repair. Some large boats, small boats, but a lot of large boats, and it can get noisy during the week and on Saturdays when they're working repairing boats. So that would be the only disadvantage of this section that I would point out, is that it is a working environment just on the right there at the back side of that, where those buildings are right there. Those are storage buildings right there, but you can see the boats in the background, and one big old large boat up there. Again, this little section right here starts F1 right there. And when you get up to the little loop right here, this is A10. Alright, so as you can see, it's provided with a partnership of UAMS and some medical extended stay. A7 reservable, that's a pull through. Got that one as a pull through. I think you may have one more up in this area as a pull through. 17, yeah, I said 7. Again, over off at section A, we got along the river there, you got multiple covered tables for day use. You have a pavilion, a playground, and some swings. Another pavilion in the far distance. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like covered tables in this section. This little loop here is the other end of A, and again, this is where the water flows from our screen right to screen left and goes down through that direction into the E section, I believe it is, but it does tend to flood. And also over here we have a drainage, goes up from, flows from screen left to screen right on this side. Okay, coming down in from the entrance, of course we got A that direction. This is C section. C section is closed for the winter, but as you can see, it's elevated above the drainage. There's a creek or a drainage ditch that's on the back side of these trailers that run from screen right to screen left. These here are for host. Now C section, C1, it's a split, almost a family share thing, but they're really steep. I don't know if you can tell, but short trailer for getting up here. Our little Scamp would get up in here, something about 15, 16, 17 foot maybe, but anything longer, you're going to have to really get that front end up, because that's a steep incline right there. C3, another split. You can get a longer rig on C3 over here on the left. As you get back to the back, it angles over to the right toward the driver's side quite a bit. C4 is a lot more level. So we've got C10 and C11. Goes back and down toward probably about 50 feet, 60 feet down there. It splits to two sections. One on the left Looks like it slants a little bit back toward the creek. One on the right looks like it's really level. Might not be able to get 2 rigs in there easily. That's really long, but you can get shorter campers. I say anything under 28 foot should go really easy. 2 of them, maybe, yeah, 30 foot, I'm sure. And it's probably could flood if you had enough water coming through that creek down there for that drainage. C9 is fairly level. They slant off to the right and to the left down there at the bottom. Park dead center should be good. This is fairly level. Again, this might be one that could possibly flood. Got enough water down through here. This is a walking trail. Goes back up to where we parked our Jeep, and also down in the east section. This is C8 and 7. C8 is really level. C7, it kind of raises up in the front and drops down toward the back. Then the front from the edge of the road here up to where the bumps are, that slants down toward the front. Get up in here where these bumps are. This looks like they've had to done a little bit of work. It's caved in some. Then it slants off to the back. Huh? Yeah.
It's all pretty much had to be you want to be with somebody.
Yeah. That's C6. It's not split, is it? No. C6 got double parking. It's fairly wide. Nice spot. Got the path that runs through there. You got the view of the river. Yeah, C6 is nice. It's up high, shouldn't flood. Does slant down toward the back of the site a little bit, but it's not bad at all, really. Path comes out there, but yeah, I would say that one is a prime spot to camp. We need to keep that one in mind next time we come up.
You don't know how much level yard spot you got because there's a ditch on the ditch thing comes down.
Yeah. If you got kids and you want a lot of yard space, might not be the best spot. And this is a single C5. It's a single, but it slopes from the back to the front. It's a pretty good slope there. Even with a short trailer, you don't have to bring the front end up quite a bit. It's got a pretty heavy slant to it. I'm just trying to capture the slant it's got to it. It's really steep. And it might even, I haven't been out to the site to see if they give that information. Some of the Corps of Engineer parks, they do provide the information on what kind of slant they've got at the sites. I'll go out there and check that out when we get back home. Just see. A lot of them don't provide that information. It does, just for preference. Yeah. Alright, so that's section A over there where we were, and that's the parking area for the pavilion there. You notice the drain that's coming out of section A. It comes through here, and it goes down through there. Honestly, I can't say that I've ever seen this section right here flood. The one past this, I've seen water in it. My brother camped out there one year and it rained, come a real good hard rain one night, and they had about 3 inches of water and covered the whole patio. that they were in. In this case, it was bricked around the patio where the table was, and it really didn't have any way for the water to escape out of it at that time. But on the positive side, all these sites right down here along the road are level. Really get some big rigs in them. And this is D section. This is D1 and D2. You got a split. I believe all of these down through here split. Kind of like C section. C section only had A6 and A9, I believe it was. They did not have, you know, a double. These do. Again, on this side, you also have a lot of tables just covered for day use and pavilion. And I guess one of the negatives, depends if you're a fisherman or not, is this section here, D section, is by the boat ramp parking lot. And they have tournaments, which they have quite a few that leave out of here. Then you're going to have the early morning noise on the weekends, possibly during the week, because sometimes they have a Tuesday night tournament or a Thursday night tournament. And so starting with D7, D8, 9. Okay, so D7 is a split, D8 it's not a split. D9's not a split site. Looks like D10 and 11 are all just singles. Oh, may be wrong. D9's not a split. D10 and 11 are split sites. And D12 should not be, because just to the other side of this motorhome you have the path that comes up from C area. And right there's the boat launch. And right in the background where the bikes are coming out, that's the showers and bathroom. As you see, drainage pipe here drains from the river direction to the camp direction. Comes around, hits this other drain, then it looks like we hit a big exit. This should run out to the river, so that should move a lot of water out of this section. Yeah, it's got doubles. So everything kind of filters into these drains here and out to the river, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go to east section. Alright, so I was correct, we do have 3. I've used this one too. This is section E. To the left here by the dumpster, we do have a dump station. So A and C's got theirs. D and E's got this one. For the most part, these sites in here, if I remember right, and I'll point it out if it's not, are fairly level. You can get some big rigs in here. And for the east section, there's the showers and bathrooms. I need to walk up that direction anyway. These are pretty level. Now I will say that where the Jeep is there, Oops. Just past that, my brother was camped in one of those two there that we see, and that's where he had the water. That level's out, but the drainage goes through there, so he had standing water around his picnic table. Restrooms are fairly large and fairly clean. Not bad. Showers, it could be cleaned up a little bit. Handicap, be a tight squeeze, but hey, it could be cleaned up. Not that they need to be swept or mopped, just the stains on the wall. Okay. Good heavy rain. This one's going to hold water. Just really don't have a way to drain out. Drain into it fairly easily. It's an E10. Of course, when you're scheduling, if you got what looks like some heavy rain coming through, then you make a decision on it. The 11 really looks like it can, well, no, same thing. Really doesn't have a way to drain out. Got boards around blocking it. E12 looks like it drained out better. Looks like it's, yeah, it's got ways for the water to get out. E13 looks like it's higher up than those. It's got drops off in the back, so that whatever's draining is going to drain off down through the back of that one. Same with this one here. Now this one here's E13's really fairly level. 14 got a pretty good slope to it. If you got a super long rig, then you might have to deal with the front end a little bit. It's a walking path here. Out. I would say that this one here will be prone for flooding if you got some heavy rain to it. Looks like there's a lot of mud around here, so I would say yes, this one's going to be prone to flooding. This one's got a little bit of slant as you get up toward the front and drops off toward the driver's side. Right, so the main drainage dip for this area comes from that direction, flows from the left of our screen to the right and out this way and down to the river. We'll be over in that section over there, and I have seen that section as well as this on really big rains for 2 or 3 days underwater. So that would tell me that these guys here, if you're going to have some really gully washers, could be underwater. There's a path, trail path, goes down through there. It's E17. Got a pretty good slant coming down from the front to the, as you come down. See, that rig's got a couple of blocks up underneath there. Wheels on front, it's not so bad. Paula's brothers like to camp down in this area here. They've not had any problems camping as far as flooding goes, but it does back up to that drainage ditch. This one's a little bit lower and it gets higher as you go this direction. That one's got a little bit of slant to it, but they got it in there nice. See, he's got a few blocks under that one to get it up right. That's a big rig right there. Wow. And these all down through here pretty level. And I'm not aware of them ever having any water standing in them. I can see where it's still damp here from the rain yesterday. That one's had water standing in it. See it. So this is the bathrooms for the E, B sections. Actually, mostly B, but D and B. On the other side, these are your showers here. You got 4 showers. On the other side, your bathrooms. Showers are fairly clean. They just need to be painted. You got it separate so you don't get anything wet. That's what I like. Men's bathroom. Big section for handicap. Site that's always in high demand. We like it if we can get it because you got good view of the water. Yeah, B7.
B7 or 37?
That's a good question. B37, almost gone. That's a good site right there as far as availability. Stays because it's so short. We stayed in this site and also one next to it. I've had some water stand in this site and also 35. You can see where the drain is right there. But you can see where the water stain is up in here for B35. But what a view. Good view. Now B2, it's fairly steep for a longer rig. They got the wheels just up a little bit off the ground on that rig. See where water stood here, mud. So this one tends to hold water. They even had a brick set up so they can get to their Jeep without stepping in the mud. Most of these are fairly level down through here, but drainage like this one here is not got a great drain on it. D33 really doesn't have any place where the water could go off in any direction. Yeah. Right side is higher off the ground on this first view. 32 slants back toward the river a little bit, should not be a problem. Great view. Right over in that direction I can see a drainage up to the river. slants back toward the table. It's a pretty good slant to it. And it's going to be prone to hold some water, I'm sure, at least between the two. It's 31. Good view. Most of the water is hopefully going to be draining this direction to get out of here. And this family, we've camped. This one, 6, 7, 8, 9 altogether. Really hadn't had any problems with water. I mean, the 6 does slant back down toward the back, but it could possibly hold some water. 7's not bad. 7's up higher. Of course, over here on the river, always high in demand. 29. I think last time we was out, we were in this one, B9, and then we moved over to this one, which is 20, B20. Yeah, holds some water up front here.
28.
B28, yeah, holds water there. No, actually, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one right there.
But not that one, but that one back there. I mean, either one of those
Yeah.
back there.
Mhm.
The last 3 back that way.
Yeah. 27. Now you can see where the ground's damp still. It's pretty damp. Around this side is a little bit damp here, but it's drying off pretty quick. It's a nice level spot there. All these are about down through here, really level. This section is on high demand also. It's hard to get anything down in this area. Had not seen any water standing or flooding in this area right here. Looks like we might have had some standing right there a little bit. Not bad. Even on the back side of this one, I'll show that when we get back there. Even when it was flooded, this up here was dry. Wide space in this one here. Goes all the way to the fence. Got a lot of area. Same with this one here. He's got further apart, further space between the campers. I think that's why they're in such demand. This section of B, there's our third dump station. This is B18, really a nice spot. 17 is a nice spot. Right across from the dump station, but you know, your choice. All these are back in right through here till you get up to where that motorhome is. Motorhome is pulled through. And the next two are pull-throughs. This be 11, B12, should be B13, are all pull-throughs. I've seen this section, B13 is both of, I've seen this section here dry. That section right there, or that site right there, dry. And this spot right here, be under a foot of water. I had a camper parked out there and they couldn't even get to it to hook up and pull it out. It's flooded. You see behind there, there's kind of a drainage just that goes down through there. And you can see the mud where it's pooled up back there in the back. Quite a bit. But this section here, I mean, it's a nice spot when it's not going to rain. It's a big spot. It's back away from everybody. But if it's going to have a really gully washer, you might want to think twice. A shot from B section all the way around that we just made this little loop. Then our drainage there and the path. We've camped in B10. It's okay.
No, I don't. If I was gonna come right now, I want where I gotta be. The big sun.
You want to be on the riverside.
On the river, and I want to be able to see through.
Yeah. Yeah, this is probably one of your prime spots here, 29, as far as view. And then of course this next one, view-wise. Any of these along the river, yeah, way they're set up there, you get a good view. Now, what you do give up is everybody has right of access to the river to fish. So you will have people come through and set up their chairs and things on the bank down just from your camper, and they will fish. You might even set a pallet up there where it's a little bit more level towards your spot. You know, they've got the right to go down to the river and fish. So it's alright, share the view. I like these here. River view. That one still got a pretty good river view. You don't have anybody right on top of you. You've got a lot of space and you're close to the bathrooms. So you don't have to fill up the tanks. It's a big drainage ditch. It's actually the one that runs up from F area and down. It goes out through the section D and E, and that's the third. That's the third dump station right there on the way out of the park.